Lyle Menendez has finally learned his fate after his first ever parole hearing. The 57-year-old has been desperately seeking his freedom more than 3 decades after he and his younger brother Erik infamously murdered their parents with a shotgun in their Beverly Hills mansion. Just yesterday, Erik Menendez was denied parole after a nearly 10-hour-long hearing, the commissioner citing Erik's behavior in prison, including his illegal use of cell phones, as the main reason for being denied. Our Alex Stone joins us from San Diego outside the prison where Lyle just learned his fate. Alex, what do we know?
Yeah, Trevor, this went on for a very long time today, about 12 hours, even longer than Erik's went yesterday, that one being about 10 hours or so. But this decision just coming down of parole denied for 3 years. He can try again in 3 years. There are avenues for trying to make it quicker than that in about 18 months. But generally, he can have another parole hearing 3 years from now. I want to read to you what we just got from what the commissioner said. She said that Erik's crime lacked self-control, was impulsive, and he made very poor decisions during the crime 36 years ago. So a lot of this went back to the original crime, the brutality of the crime, killing his parents along with his brother. There were a number of other factors that came into play today, like having illegal cell phones in prison over a number of years, other things that had gone on, but it really went back to that original crime.
Alex, you mentioned the possibility of trying again in 3 years. Is that simply asking for parole once more, or can he appeal this decision here today?
So in 3 years, yeah, that would be doing this all over again. Everything that went on today and yesterday, for both of them, it would be that. There is an appeals process where within the next couple of weeks, they can say, hey, you got this wrong, and they may make that case with this, and that they want the parole board to look at it again. Typically, those appeals wouldn't go anywhere with the parole board. They're normally going to say, hey, look, you disagree with it, we'll see you in 3 more years, or maybe if they can speed that up into 18 months. But they do have that right. They can appeal, and we'll see if they do that.
Alex, can you break down, these are marathon hearings. Of course, we heard from so many family members, but we do know that members of the parole board, at least yesterday, talked extensively about the behavior of Erik Menendez in prison, particularly him having contraband cell phones. Can you break down what we learned about what went into their decision and also how that might impact them in the future?
Yeah, and cell phones were really in play again today as well. That is a big deal in California prisons, not so much in other areas of the country as much as what California makes of it, because gangs, prison gangs, often communicate via cell phones. So inmates are not allowed to have cell phones. And the thinking is that if you have an illegal cell phone in prison, you're willing to break the rules where you know that what the rules are, especially at a time when they were trying to get resentenced and then get parole. And they were asked about that over these 2 days of, you were actively trying to get out of prison and you broke the very well-known rules of no cell phones. And they said, well, everybody's got them in prison, which is very true, but they had different excuses for why. Erik yesterday saying because he wanted to know the arguments that the district attorney in LA, those arguments that were being made against him earlier this year. Lyle today saying that he kind of became obsessed with his cell phone, that he wanted to have a cell phone. They don't have a lot else to do in prison and to have that access to the outside world. But gangs sell these cell phones in there. They can get smuggled in. There's a lot of reasons why they're not allowed. But that was a key part of it, that if you are willing to break the rules right when you're trying to get out of prison, what would you do when you get out? Would you break the law?
We talk so much about these 18 family members testifying both yesterday and today, and how they were in such a unique position because they're the family not only of these 2 prisoners, but also the family of the victims. Have we got any reaction from them either yesterday or today? And can you also just sum up their general position given their unique standing?